Can you imagine writing a paper and having all of your in-text citations and bibliography created with just a few clicks of your mouse? We have the technology, and we'd love to share it with you. ProQuest Refworks is a free software that helps you to store all of your references in one place, and a free add-in for Microsoft Word makes it incredibly easy to cite those references and build your bibliography. Showing you how to leverage this powerful resource is one more reason GCU is the best choice to partner with to pursue your doctoral degree. Thank you so much, Jenny, for investing some time to go through some orientation, which I know will help serve you well as you begin your doctoral journey. Ultimately, what you'll be able to do when we get done with the orientation today is you will be able to send any resource you find in the library to a centralized place. That place is called Refworks. And once you have your resources all saved in Refworks, you will be able to cite them as you are typing in Microsoft Word. And as you cite them, it will begin to automatically build your bibliography. Does that sound like it would be useful to you?
Absolutely.
Certainly saves time in citing sources in APA 6th edition. So the first thing we'll want to do is actually get your email, your student email, forwarded to your primary email account. And so up there on the address line, if you can type in mail, M-E-I-L, .office365.com. And here you're going to be logging in with your username. So jlope@my.gcu.edu and your student password. And once you're logged in, then in the upper right-hand corner, you should see a gear between a bell and a question mark. Click on that gear, and under the Search All settings, place your cursor in that field and type the letter F as in forward. The first option you should see below it is forwarding. Click on that. And here you'll click the button that says Start Forwarding, and then type the email address you want to forward your student email to. And make sure to keep a copy of forwarded messages, and then click the save icon in the upper left-hand corner. Perfect. Now your email should be forwarded to your primary account. Okay, Jenny. The next step will be to establish a Refworks account. And to do that, you'll go to the following website, Refworks, R-E-F-W-O-R-K-S .proquest.com. At this site, it will say Making Research Easier. Has a blue background. Beneath the white field and the blue Next button, you'll see there's a Create Account link. Click on the Create Account link. Here you'll use your GCU email, so your jlope5@my.gcu.edu. And then you'll click Check. And lo and behold, good news, Refworks is available at Grand Canyon University. So the next part is to create a password. You'll want to make sure you write down whatever password you select. And it does prompt you that it has to be at least 6 characters long. So an activation email is being sent to your student's email account. And one of the benefits here in checking the account that it should be forwarded to is to verify that our forwarding worked, that the account that you chose to have your student email forwarded to, if you check that account now, you should see an email from Refworks that says activation email. And on the activation email, there's a link. It says to confirm your Refworks account, click this link. And there's a long hyperlink. Click that link. And then Refworks will open in your browser. And you'll be signed in to Refworks. Okay, now we are at the main portion of Refworks that you are greeted with the first time you log in, which is establishing your name, your degree program, and the type of student you are. So in the first box there where it says first name, type in Jenny, and then Lope, and then find your doctoral program in that drop-down box. And in the last box, graduate student is the closest match to the type of student you are, and then click next. There are some prompts here which are tutorial prompts. I'm going to walk you through these, how to use Save to Refworks and the rest. So just go ahead and click next on this screen. And next again talks about highlighting and annotation. And of course, the last item that we'll be dealing with is an add-in for Word that helps you to cite your sources and create your bibliography. Click Done. You're at the main page. There's a blue pop-up box that says Get Started. Go ahead and click the X in the upper right-hand corner of that box. Those are prompts which you will see each time you log into Refworks unless you tell Refworks to not show those tips again. Eventually, you'll become so adept at using Refworks, you won't need the prompts, and you'll know exactly what you need to do to accomplish whatever it is you are using Refworks for. So right now, your Refworks is empty. So let's put something in Refworks. In the upper right-hand corner where you have the new tab, let's leave Refworks open, but open up a new browser window. And we're going to go to the library, to the GCU library, which directly is library.gcu.edu. Here on the Research and Resource page, you see 6 purple buttons. One of them says Find Journal Articles. Click the Find Journal Articles button on the left-hand side. Now under Lope Search, let's just do a general search for leadership. And make sure you check the box that says Peer Reviewed beneath Select Subject. Go ahead and click the purple search button. It will prompt you to log in, so type in your JLope5 and then your student password and click Login. You should see on the main page the term you entered, leadership, in the upper left-hand corner by the Grand Canyon logo. We know that we have more than 250,000 results, and there is a way to quickly narrow that down. There are boxes underneath the word leadership. They have the word and outside the box. We could include a term like nonprofit in the second box. And any other term you might like, any other demographic term in the third box. And then click the search button. This will refine the search with that additional term you used. So this narrowed it down from 250,000, more than 250,000 results, down to about 1,700. And if you continued to put demographic terms or leadership, nonprofit, and Japan, or leadership, nonprofit, and some other country, go ahead and click search, and you get 2 results. So we went from 250,000 down to 2 results. So let's take those results and we're going to send them to Refworks. And the way to do that is scroll down to where the results are. Off to the right of the title of each article, you'll see 2 icons. One is a piece of paper with a magnifying glass, one a blue folder with a white plus sign. Click the blue folder with the white plus sign for each of the articles you have in your results. You'll see they turn yellow, and it looks like there's a piece of paper in the folder, so you've selected that article. Scroll to the top of the page, top of the browser window, all the way to the top, and you'll see a purple bar, and on the right-hand side, an icon for a folder that says My EBSCO folder. Click on that, and on the next page, you see just the articles you selected. There is a Delete Items button, and off to the left of the Delete Items button, you'll see a Select or Deselect All and a box to check. Check that box that says Select off to the left of the Delete Items button. And on the right-hand side, on that right-hand column, you have Print, Email, Save, and Export. Click the last option, Export. It already knows you want to send them to Refworks, so all you'll do on this page is click the Save button on the left-hand side. You'll be prompted as to which version of Refworks you want to export to, the legacy Refworks or the new Refworks. At the bottom of this page, there's a statement that says, "Don't ask me this again," and there's a box you can check. Now click the ProQuest Refworks, export to the new Refworks. You'll always be sending to the new Refworks, and once you've made this selection, your browser will remember it and won't prompt you for it again unless you use a different browser the next time you log in to Refworks or export articles. Here you'll want to sign in with your jlope5 at my.gcu.edu. And once you've signed in, it will tell you that it's importing and saving your data to Refworks. And then it will tell you that it has saved however many documents you sent to your library. We have a handful of articles here, and we sent these from EBSCOhost. There is another primary way to send articles from the library to Refworks, and I will show you that next. Excellent. Okay, the other primary way, as I mentioned, is through another database. That database is ProQuest, which is the company that created Refworks. Incidentally, ProQuest is the official repository for all dissertations in the country. So when you finish your dissertation, it will be published in ProQuest, and everyone will be able to access it. Now, the area we want to go to is the journal article tab that is still open in your browser. So click on journal articles, and then we will scroll down because we're not going to do a lope search this time. This time we're going to scroll down until you see Browse Databases by Title. I'd like you to click on the letter P in Browse Databases by Title. If you continue to scroll, on this next page begins with Pharmaceutical News Index, and as you continue to scroll, eventually you'll reach ProQuest Central. I'd like you to click the ProQuest Central database. Before we do our search for leadership, we do want to make sure that the peer-reviewed and scholarly journals boxes are checked. Those are just beneath the advanced search field, right to the right of limit to full text, which is already checked. Once you have those two boxes checked, now on the advanced search field, you can type leadership, and we'll do our search by hitting enter or clicking the search button on the right-hand side. There'll be a number of results, and as you remember, we refined our search in EBSCOhost. In ProQuest, it operates similarly, but you would scroll to the top of this page if you chose to refine your results, and where the word leadership is in parentheses, you would place your cursor on that line, and then you would type a space and the word and another space. And now let's put in nonprofit again as a refining term, and then click the search. icon or return. So we went from thousands, 50 some thousand, down to 688. You could continue to add the word and, or the word not, or the word or. Those are the three Boolean operators, a fancy name for three small words, and, or, and not, which help you to get to the specific articles that are most relevant. Academic databases are not like Google. You can't type in a long string of words and expect relevant results because it has to match all the words. As opposed to a concept-driven database, this is matching every single word. So using a general term, anytime you begin your searches, start with a general term that is in and around the area that you're interested in, and then move from there, narrow from tens of thousands down to hundreds or dozens, and it will save you time. So here it lists 20 results at a time. If we'd like to send all 20 of these articles over to Refworks, and of course we could individually check the boxes by each result for the ones we thought were the most relevant, but for the sake of example here, let's check the box 1 through 20, select 1 through 20, and on the right-hand side, there's a save icon. It's a computer disk. When you click save, the first result under export, save, is Refworks. So click on Refworks under the Save drop-down menu. You'll get an additional menu here that says Export Save, Items Selected, Output To. Scroll down until you see the Continue button in this pop-up box. Then click Continue in the bottom right-hand corner. Once the export to Refworks is complete, you will have a number of references. Click OK after it tells you the import is complete. It should list all your references. And if you were to have written a paper and employed all of these references in your paper, and you wanted to create a bibliography without using the add-in for Word, if all you had was the Refworks program to create your bibliography, you can click the box that says Select All. It's beneath the plus sign. Click the box for Select All, and then there's a quote mark icon. Click the quote mark icon and click Create Bibliography. This will create a list, in this case, of all 22 references, alphabetized with a hanging indent, and you could copy that entire list and send that over to Word as your bibliography. Now, one thing to note is that the references are only as accurate as the way that they were input into the database. Occasionally, you'll see a reference that's all in capital letters or that has something amiss with the reference. It is possible to update those references and make sure that they're correct. And you can do that in the Refworks program, and I'll show you that in a moment. So it maintained the formatting, your spacing, your hanging indent. So you have one way to create a bibliography using Refworks. Does that look like that would be a time saver for you?
Absolutely.
It's a tremendous resource. Now, aside from the way that we just accomplished, I will show you another method for creating a bibliography in Word, and that will require us to find an add-in for Word, and that will be the next step. Okay, Jenny, the last step will be to get the add-in for Microsoft Word. This is for Office 365. This is Office 2016. It is also known by Office 2016 or Office 365. The option you'll want to select here on a blank Word document, you see you have your Home tab and your Insert, Design, Layout. So click on the Insert tab, and then you should see a red shopping bag. That's the store icon. Click on the store icon, and I'd like you to search for Refworks. What should come up when you search Refworks is the Refworks Citation Manager. You'll want to click Add. When you do, you'll see in the right-hand column of your Word document
it's prompting you to log in. You log in with your Refworks username, your jlope5 at my.gcu.edu, and your Refworks password. You should see the articles that we exported earlier in the right-hand column. They're all listed there. So we're going to write a sample paper. If you click your cursor into the body of your paper, type the word sample sentence and hit the space bar. Now choose from among the references. You can choose the first one there. If you check the box and then click the blue Cite This button, it will prepare the in-text citation and also begin to build the bibliography. So if you click your cursor at the close parenthesis of the citation that you included, now hit the return key so that we're on a new line. Type sentence 2. And then choose the next reference in your reference list on the right-hand side and click Cite This. You'll see it adds it, and it alphabetizes as you go. Go ahead and go to the second line in the close parenthesis, hit return one more time, type sentence 3, and click the third reference, and click the Cite This button. And you'll see now you have 3 references listed. And as you continue to cite, you could cite several hundred references, and it would add all of those to the reference page. The caveat is that the references are only as accurate as when they were entered into the database. Sometimes they are incorrect, so you do want to scan your reference list to make sure that it is proper APA format, which is why it's important to have your APA 6th edition manual to refer to, or any of the resources in the Student Success Center under Tools. There are several APA resources there that are helpful also.
Jenny, okay, we have covered quite a bit of territory. 2 last things that I want to show you. One would be how to save articles that aren't in the GCU library. And we'll want to install a bookmark from the Refworks toolbar in order to do that. So under the 3 dots that are by the magnifying glass, click that and go down to Tools, Tools to improve your workflow. In this next page, you'll see Install Save to Refworks. I'd like you to click that button. And then I'd like you to drag that Save to Refworks button to the clipboard in the upper right-hand corner. Once you can see your clipboard, then you'll be able to let the button go. So if you don't see it listed on your bookmarks, go back to Save to Refworks, hold down the left mouse button, drag that over until you can see your clipboard, and then let go, and you should see that now in your bookmarks. Now we'll go over to the library, and we're going to enter Google Scholar. So go back to library.gcu.edu, or if you have the library open on a tab, you can click that. I would like you to click Find Journal Articles on the next page. Scroll down. We're going to Browse Databases by Title. Under Browse Databases by Title, click G, because we're going to go to Google Scholar. You can actually go to Google Scholar through the GCU library. We're going to do a search for leadership as an example. Just search leadership. And when the results come up, you'll see in the right-hand column, off to the right of the title of the articles, those articles that you have full text access to immediately will say full text at GCU. That lets you know that that exists in the GCU library. There are other articles, obviously outside the GCU library, which might be helpful for your research. And in order to access those and save those to Refworks, you would first click the title of that article. Let's go with the first article in the list, if that's not listed as something that says full text at GCU. Simply click the title.
And then in order to save that to Refworks, you won't always have an export option. Some articles will have that. Let's use the Save to Refworks as an alternative way to save something to Refworks. So you'll go up to the clipboard where your bookmarks are, and then you will choose Save to Refworks. In the right-hand column, it will analyze the document and input all the fields that it senses, and then you can click Save to Refworks. After that's accomplished, you can also click View in Refworks, and it will show you the new reference that you added. If the full text document does exist for that article, Refworks will attempt to import that as well. Because GCU subscribes to Refworks and is affiliated with them as a member institution, there isn't a limit to the number of articles that you can bring into Refworks. Most articles, though, you'll want to make sure you keep below 20 megabytes to import. Excellent. So there's one more item I'd like to show you, and that's how to bring in a PDF and how to highlight it and make annotations. We'll do that next. The last item I would like to show you, Jenny, is how to save a full text PDF from the library, import it into Refworks, and then how to use that PDF within Refworks using features like highlight and annotate. Let's find an article in the library first. Go back to library.gcu.edu or click an open tab if you still have the library open in your browser. From the main library page, click on Find Journal Articles. We'll do a basic search. Don't forget to check the box for peer-reviewed under Loeb Search. And in the search field, type leadership. Then click the purple search button. When you see the results, look for the words full text PDF or PDF full text underneath any of the results. Click the PDF full text. In the upper left-hand corner in the purple bar, you should see Download PDF. Click Download PDF. Use your mouse to mouse over the middle of the bottom portion of the viewable area of your screen and click on the Save icon on the far left. Name this sample article and save it in the Downloads folder. Once saved, return to Refworks. Locate the plus icon in the upper left-hand corner of the toolbar and click the Add a Reference icon. Then click Upload Document. Locate the sample article in the Downloads folder. Left-click on the article title, then click Open. It will take a few moments for the article to be imported and analyzed into Refworks. Locate the PDF icon near the author's name and beneath the title of the article you just imported. Click the PDF icon. Double-click the PDF icon. Click the title of the article you imported, then click Read. Once the article loads up, you'll notice that there are two icons, a letter A and a comment icon. Scroll into the body of the PDF that you imported. Locate the comment icon. Click it with a left mouse click. Highlight any text in the document, and you'll note you can make annotations on the section you've now highlighted. If you would like to only highlight content and not add commentary, you can click the highlight icon, the letter A. If you right-click, you'll be given an option to change the highlight color to red, green, yellow, or purple. If you'd like to make notes on the document you've imported overall, you can click the document notes next to the edit icon in the upper right-hand corner of the document. Once you've closed the document, all your annotations and comments will be saved anytime you return to Refworks.